Welcome to the Liberal Factor, your source for news, politics, and more. Never let anyone tell you your opinion is valueless, because it isn't. Now hear news from a different perspective. This is the Liberal Factor. Okay, first of all, I'm not gonna hide. I am not anonymous. Sorry to disappoint. Let's see what's in the news today. First of all, if you're in China and you're supplying us with all the cheap crap, be it at Costco, Walmart, Kmart, and Target, you have to cut budgets somewhere. So you cut on workers' healthcare benefits and their salary and their family's income, and tell them how many kids they can have. Okay, that's all fine and good. But when you start shortchanging the zoo, then things get serious. Recently, a zoo in China, for some reason or other, passed off a dog as a lion. It must be cheaper to have a pet dog in a cage rather than a lion, but especially if people notice, which they did, and they complained. It's very, very stupid to get that one mixed up. Yes, that was an Elmer Fudd impersonation. Okay. We all know what happened up in Connecticut a few months ago. For some reason or other, a man came and shot innocent children in school. And I know that the Republicans in the House and the Senate are cutting money to education. And I know you want to feel safer, but of all things to spend the declining income on, the University of Maryland has decided to spend their income on bulletproof whiteboards. Why? Why? Why not bulletproof doors or windows? Whiteboards. Really? Anyway, Pennsylvania is still flip-flopping on whether or not it's legal to have voter ID. I've got a visual ID, so Pennsylvania, please, just pick one already. Okay? Egypt. Very touchy situation, and because no one can have all the details, I don't want to get too personal. I don't want to say the wrong thing, sort of thing. So I want to be careful here. I will say this. Egypt, your first major problem was letting your government run your country after you overthrew your dictator. First, overthrowing your dictator is a nice touch, but letting your military in charge is just asking for a coup, which happened. So you are behind many steps, and you're trying to come back. And I understand. That's not the way to do it. And now there's all sorts of rioting and war, because that's how they wanted, because the military won't give it up. Yeah, we all saw it coming. I don't get into details. I know the United States is thinking of intervening. I'm against it, because we don't need another war, but, I don't see what we can do other than cause more damage like we did in Iraq and Afghanistan. Which I don't see the point of anyway, but that's another story. Anyway, what else is there? Oh, yes. The Olympics are being held in Russia, nearby, or in Moscow, I'm not quite sure. Because it's a nice place for the Winter Olympics, it's full of snow, not very crowded. And it's Russia. So, yeah. Apparently, Russia has not gotten the memo, and they do not support gay rights, which I will talk about later on my views of that. So some of the Republican politicians in the United States, and a lot of politicians in general, I shouldn't just say Republicans, have been saying, which I can sympathize with, that people should just let it go and do as they say in Moscow while the should I call them gay? I guess gay people are playing the Olympics. Good luck to them, and Uh, Unfortunately, when Rome, do as the Romans. I mean, whether I support it or not is, in this case, not going to change anything. But but I will talk about that later. Oh, happy birthday, Robert De Niro. Supposedly your birthday was yesterday. I meant to have this vid yesterday, except I ran out of time. So here she is. Yes, the tan mom. Arrested for forcing her 5-year-old daughter to have a tan. Really? You're gonna bring your 5-year-old daughter into the tanning booth. Sheer genius. And now she comes with a video that the imagination from it must have come from somebody who was on hallucinogens. Because I've seen it, and boy, that was 5 minutes of never getting back. Apparently, she was on alcohol for a while. As drunkard now, she's not, but it still looks like she's under influence when she made that ad, so I'm not going to say anything about that. Other than cheapers. Man prank calls the police 25,000 times. Now that one, I may have to say, yeah, sure, whatever. It seems ridiculous, but if he's that bored, I don't need to take a closer look into that dude's life. If I know it's good for me, which I do. So what's going on at Area 51? I thought I'd bring it up because this is my 51st Liberal Factor episode. Apparently there is an Area 51, which is one of the government's worst kept secrets, other than Greenbrier, which is an underground bunker for the Cold War for all our politicians, like we really wanted to save them, in West Virginia. The Twinkies are still good, and the bunker's still there, and it's now made to a hotel, the only thing worth seeing in the entire state of West Virginia. There's one college in West Virginia, U of WV, party school. Not so good. So I dare you, viewers out there, I will take back the fact that I said it, right, I'm going to say right now, West Virginia is terrible and there's nothing there but fields. If you can come up with one thing that I have not mentioned, which is worth seeing in West Virginia, other than the Union-Dixie, or not Union-Dixie, but Confederate flag, and rednecks. There's a challenge for it. The Tea Party's back in the news for being jerks. I guess I should be surprised. Not. In Tennessee, a Tea Party official forces an 11-year-old daughter to face her father being deported because he does not have proper paperwork. She does have proper paperwork as born in the country, but he was not. She gave a rousing speech which Tea Partyists applauded to, yet politicians / officials said, rules are rules, your father will be deported, and she left the stage crying with the Tea Party applauding. Yeah. Such great guys, Tea Party. Yeah. That's all has to be said. Speaking of jerks, North Korea has decided it's okay for North and South Koreans to get together for family reunions for the first time since the end of the Korean War began. So this has definitely been a long armistice. Okay. This is a weird one. 40 pythons were pulled out of a hotel in Ontario. Motel. Do I even want to know what happened there? No. No, I don't think I do. Okay. Worst person in the world! We've got 2 nominees tonight. First, I mentioned earlier who might be the winner. Whichever official decided to tell the 11-year-old girl her father's going to be deported. Other nominee is a man who ran for the White House in 2012 and served as former Speaker of the House, decided the Republicans have 0% imagination on healthcare. Normally, I'd be right beside him saying, yes, you're right, but if he wants to try to run in 2016, boy, did Newt Gingrich stick his foot in his mouth and suck on it. Yeah. Nice one, Newt. Not going for the White House now, are we? Okay. More updates to... I'm going to talk... I had some ideas about the Weird Head Revolution and what to do with the Zat pages, because we have unofficially, I guess, disbanded. I mean, we haven't said anything to each other. I have been at Zat site every once in a while. I mean, I haven't spoken to anyone on the team or the Weird Liberal Head in months. I mean, I know I've been inactive, but this is ridiculous. I didn't know that I made the whole party fall around me. Anyway, a new issue of the day. Rights for same-sex couples. As Thomas Jefferson once said on religion, it neither warms my soul nor picks my pocket whether a man believes in a dozen gods or none. In my opinion, for this, I would change it to, it neither warms my soul nor picks my pocket if a man decides to love a woman or another man, or a woman decides to love another woman or another man. Now I think it should be still two, because I think polygamy is quite interesting and complicated. I could talk about that another time if someone wants to challenge me on that. But I do support gay rights. I don't feel there's any reason that they should not have the same rights as any other people. They're no different than any other people. It appears I'm short on time. This is New Liberal Head, signing off for Liberal Factor today. Thank you and good night, viewers around the world.